I really have to cut my hair and get cleaned up. But anyway, I wanted to come on here quick um, to just state what my spiritual beliefs are, and they've been kind of accumulating through the years as I've worked on myself. And for me, I personally think that we, our soul, vibrates at a certain vibration, and I think that this plane of existence on earth at this time is one of ignorance. We do not know the truth, and we are so easily, you know, duped. We're so easily lied to. We just believe um a lot of people, I can't say me, but we believe in the system. We believe in what we're told. We and all that compliance, but at the root of it I think is just ignorance, you know? Um so so I just want to say that because of that energetic vibration, I think that that's what makes, I do believe in that kind of, in a way, reincarnation, and our soul will inhabit the consciousness of a being that it fits into. So, for me, I have more of an energetic, a male energy, so I went into a male body. And it's interesting because I always go back to the story of when I was born. It's always told that as a baby I didn't want to come out, and I was trying to go upwards to avoid being born. And I thought, wow, that is something that's really interesting. And some other things that accumulate to who I am. Like I do have a belief in numerology. I think that it seems like our birth date is a marker. It is, I'm a life path 9, which totally makes sense in every way. In every way. Um, and so I still need to find out the time of my birth so I can get that information, the specific uh, astrology chart. But so I'm trying to figure that out because it's not on my birth certificate. But anyway, um, so for me, my goal, I think it's all about transmutation. I think when we die, I think whatever the vibration we are at, we will inhabit whatever other being that it matches to. So, to keep it simple, it's like my goal would be, if I die, I want to remove as much ignorance as possible. I want to remove as much fear as possible, to understand fear. Um, and just as a side note, I thought about the quote. It always kind of stuck with me. I always like the one from FDR. Was, I think it was from FDR, wasn't it? And there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And I would say no, it's actually should have been nothing to fear, not even fear itself. Because even fearing fear, you're in fear. And I feel like, wow, that was such a subtly done way of people still buying into fear. So lately I've been focusing on, I think I've been saying this in other videos, um, to think of higher dimensional uh, ways of thinking and being and everything. Uh, so focusing on that and investing in that, and sometimes it can take my mind into a scary place. Scary, but almost like it's meant to be. Like it just feels. Um, I could see myself if I was really invested in those emotions, in like I said, in those beliefs. Like I said before, a big indicator of a higher dimensional um, feeling would be if it feels like endless, infinite amount of an abundance of that feeling. Uh, so if you feel like limitless with that thought or feeling, the words are escaping me now, but that to me would be higher dimensional. Lower dimensional, it's limited. and there's an expectation there, and you're disappointed if it doesn't happen, and you try not to, so like those very limited feelings, I would say, are lower vibration. Higher vibration, like for example, I mean, you're limited if you look at everyone adversarially, as an enemy, as different than you, but we're all the human consciousness. And I know there's people that would say, like, well, there's NPCs and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's all about you and your energy, and that's important. So I had a point. Hold on. Oh yeah. So when you are looking at these differences with people, that's a very limited view. That's a lower vibration to find yourself separate. But to find what's in common with you and another human you don't even know, to have just even like, and they're kind of usually vague too. Sometimes these things are not as specific. I find like the more specific of a thought, a belief that you have, it's kind of more ego driven. It's your ego interpreting something. Something higher dimensional would be like, um all humans, have the potential. Not even that, hold on. Like, all humans, we experience some bad things and traumas in our life. Every one of us, we experience life, because life itself is a trauma. Living is a trauma. We don't recognize that, but it really kind of is for our soul. It's really, I've been in tune with how sensitive, we are, really, as and we have just become calloused, in this uh environment. Um so yeah, if you can find that commonality, like, yeah, we all have hurt, we all have pain, we all have had loss in our life, and they're more vague, but those are actually what connect you with everyone. They are, and those are not as limiting, those type of beliefs. So that's just an example of working that out and understanding, because we our ego finds that maybe as a lesser thing because it's not very specific, but the soul doesn't see that stuff. And I know that because a lot of times, like for example, if you experience a huge loss in your life, let's say someone died, you'll see people that, will kind of, at least for that moment, take care of you. There's a humanity there, there's a compassion there, and people put things aside, they put their grudges aside in those moments. um that's a higher dimensional way of living. So the idea would be to embody that at all times. That's kind of the goal, and that would be bringing heaven on earth. In my head, that's what makes sense to me. So that's kind of what I've been working on. If anyone else is listening, I just wanted to add that.